Yeah, so I come from the insurance on the conventional side and the banks, and what I noticed is that the Islamic banks and the Takaful operators have been growing faster compared to conventional. But you did mention about challenges, and so I'm curious to know your thoughts on what more needs to be done to further educate the public on the differences, and also on the perception barriers. To move away from this that it's more of a religious um, kind of products. What are some of the ways to target this non-Muslim market that is not being done today?
In realistic terms, my experience, and I'm not an insurance guy, although I've been on the board of insurance or Takaful companies in my time, it's about explaining to the non-Muslim audience the value proposition of what you're offering. And what I found on the Takaful side is the explanation that there is an element of getting a profit share on this at the end of the year, and you may get a nice healthy transfer back into your bank account. That appeals to people. They're not interested in actually understanding the religious logistics of what a Takaful contract means, or indeed what Takaful happens. An analogy I will make is when I worked for a Chinese-owned bank here in Malaysia, Hong Yong Group, and I was the first managing director of the Islamic Bank 20 years ago. And we needed to raise funding fairly quickly. I can't explain why, but we needed to do it. And all we did was we went out to our majority, 80% of my customers were Chinese, not Muslim. Okay? We went out to the Chinese business centers, main business centers in Malaysia, and we explained to them how the Islamic equivalent of a fixed term deposit worked. And we raised close to 1 billion ringgit from the Chinese community. And the reason why was not because they all suddenly understood Mudarabah general investment accounts. It was you could break that deposit at any time and not be penalized. If you have a fixed term deposit, you're penalized on the rate of interest you get. We got 1 billion ringgit plus came in from the Chinese community as a result of explaining that simple thing. So the simple answer to a very good question is just go down to the basics and try to understand the simple value proposition which people can relate to. And what happens in Asia now, in my experience, and I'm talking about mass media and the use of technology, is you get very rapid uptake. Once people understand how something works and it's to their value, the transmission speed of everybody accepting it, the take-up is a matter of weeks, not years. It's very, very quick. So it's focusing in on what that particular value proposition is, and you speak to the listening of the audience. Help them understand. Great question, and I wish you well.